Everyone keeps saying that the Dazzlings are the best villains from Equestria Gods, and the Whites because of how original they are. And the worst thing is that after Rainbow Rocks, I don't even know what they're doing right now. And this is not a personal or My Little Pony forms question. This is a very serious question. I mean, do you want to see the Dazzlings in the specials? Because people really want to see the return and the vengeance. And the sad thing is that this has been going on for way too long. It ended at Rainbow Rocks, and then after that, they're just forgotten. I know they need their gems, but still. And the fact that they did it a fourth time makes the corrupted from magic thing a whole new level to the point where it now becomes drugs and nothing has changed. By the way, the design on Jimbo's evil form isn't really anything special. I mean, I found Glossar Daisy's design a bit better than hers. Also, I should talk about the meal situation. You see, when I heard info about this special, I thought that the meal that they were referring to is the portal from Equestria, because even though that the statue isn't a meal, it still has a reflection. So I really hope that they have the portal get involved into this. But unfortunately, the portal was involved with this, but it just leaked the magic and just hits the meal. And the characters who are in the meal, while maybe serious, I still didn't find that interesting whatsoever. I know that this dimension is completely different, but it really doesn't do anything at all, even if it disappears characters. Granted, it could have been one of the best highlights of the special in my opinion, but again, predictability from the new character doesn't change anything. I mean, people may like this and people found this good, but seriously, this really ticks me off even more. And besides, even if this happened to a different character and it does the exact same thing, it won't make a change. And besides, this is like when WWE revealed the Universal Championship at SummerSlam 2016 and people hated it because it looks the same as the WWE Championship. But for the match, was very good, but it didn't change everyone else's opinions on the belt. You wanna know why I'm comparing these two together? Because the Magic thing is just like the Universal Championship belt, while the Realm thing is just like the match itself. It's the same thing, and nothing has changed. There's no differences whatsoever because of how they made Jimbo a completely predictable character and how they tried to have Magic get involved in this, and it made me really think that Magic is now drugs. And that's not a good thing. Look, say all you want that Magic aren't drugs, but you should really understand that what they're doing with Jimbo in this is so predictable. Because she doesn't learn anything from her limits. Look, I can understand that she wants to be doing good, but she's way too young for this. And the fact that there's no development or learning anything at the end, except learning about Magic getting corrupted is a bad thing for the fourth freaking time, doesn't change my opinions on her. Even at the beginning of the special, where she's so sick and tired of seeing the Rainbooms getting all the glory. Which, by the way, I hate that scene because it just cringes me in a very bad way. Doesn't make me relate to her whatsoever because she doesn't learn anything of what she did in the last special. What she did was so bad that it could ruin the entire movie. And here, she almost took over the world because she wants to be like her sister. You want to see why I do not like this character? I mean, I do not hate her, but I just do not love her because of how she's executed. And the reason why I said love is because the people at Hasbro want you to love their characters. But in order to succeed that, you had to make the character more different and more serious, instead of making Magic a thing in these movies. Or should I say, a drug. Seriously, I swear, I'm convinced that Magic are officially drugs in these. I completely given up on people saying that Magic aren't drugs in this. Because just looking at everything in this special just really makes me so depressed on what they did. As for the relationship between Starlight Glimmer and Sunset Shimmer, I'm sorry. To me, this is more shipping moments. But it's just a new ship. They just literally put this ship in because Princess Twilight is extremely busy, which is I'm really getting sick and tired of. Yes, I get it. She's a princess. However, I'm gonna explain all about that very soon. The issue with this is that it's just put in with no development because Starlight Glimmer just wants to know what the other world is. And not only that, even though that Princess Twilight is okay with this at the end, but she isn't okay with it whatsoever. If this is supposed to be another reason to make Princess Twilight and Human Twilight far away from each other, then I'm really getting sick and tired of this because this was something I wanted to see in the specials. Yes, you guys are getting sick and tired of me saying that all the time, but I have one more rant to talk about those two characters after this. And the biggest problem I have with all three of these specials is that no one knows that the magic from the portal is leaking. Nor is even a serious situation whatsoever. The only thing that is actually serious was when the magic crashed into Jimpo's meal. And that's it. That's basically it. Sunset Shimmer didn't even see that the magic was going haywire from the portal. And if this is supposed to leave ideas for the movie or sometime in the future, then I really do not like the effort that they did in. But in my opinion, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, that's my review on all three specials. And now I should get on to the final rant of Human and Princess Twilight because I'm getting sick and tired of talking about this over and over again, and it's been a year since I talked about this. Now, Human Twilight did some very good moments in these specials, like saving the day and just trying to help out. However, she's useless from doing any plots in these specials. That just makes me even more depressed about these specials even more. Now in the other movies, she was the main protagonist and antagonist from Legend of Everfree and Friendship Games. And after that, she's basically maxed out. That's all I have to say. She's maxed out because she completely got over Midnight Sparkle. And then in the specials, she's just hanging out with a group. That's the issue I have with Human Twilight in the specials, is that she didn't do anything useful to the plot. And not only that, she doesn't even mention her counterpart once in the specials. I mean, she did her from Sunset Shimmer and Legend of Everfree, but not even once. And that's not even a good foreshadowing of what's gonna happen. Okay, before any of you ask, yes, I know, Equestria Girls can't stand out on its own. And if Princess Twilight comes into the other world, there will be a paradox. A very bad paradox. Well, here's my opinion on that. I don't think that's a big issue between both worlds because Twilight, Sunset Shimmer, and Starlight Glimmer are the only characters who come through the portal to Equestria Girls. And before any of you ask, the bloopers from Friendship Games doesn't qualify that because they're supposed to be meant for funny and jokes, considering that they literally made this entire thing up since they were making a movie of Friendship Games and Equestria Girls. Okay, the reason I said was pretty stupid, but my point is that I don't think there's gonna be a serious paradox issue. Because for one, I don't even want to see all the Equestria Girls meeting the other ponies. Because that'll be a real paradox. And since that Starlight Glimmer appeared in Equestria Girls for the very first time in the specials, isn't really much of an issue because we never see a Sunset Shimmer or Starlight Glimmer as a human counterpart in the Equestria Girls world. And also, I just want Princess Twilight and Human Twilight interact to fix all the problems in Legend of Everfree, like Flash getting over Princess Twilight, even though Princess Twilight isn't aware of that, and Spike in the Equestria Girls is useless. And just so you know, Spike is still useless in the specials. He didn't do anything other than helping, but it's not much of a change whatsoever. And thirdly, I don't even want to see Princess Twilight interact with new characters like Principal Cinch or Cadence from Equestria Girls. I don't even want to see her interacting Glosso Daisy or Timbo or anything that happened in Legend of Everfree or Friendship Games or anything in the specials. I just want her to interact with Human Twilight and make all the fixes and have some very great moments to get to know each other, and that's it. And that's not all. It's just for one time. Not many times, just one time. And there's another thing that I should talk about is that I really didn't think that the specials shouldn't even exist in the first place. Considering that it has nothing to do with the magic going haywire whatsoever, and even though I can understand there's a reason why these specials exist, and the fact that the My Little Pony movie is coming out later this year, I still do not excuse it whatsoever. To me, it's just pretty sad on how they're just gonna make 3 specials with no effort whatsoever and just put in more cliches. Even if they put in another movie of this year at the same time the My Little Pony movie came out, it won't make any difference because the My Little Pony movie is coming to theaters. Equestria Girls and Rainbow Rocks are literally the only 2 films that got theatrical releases, while the rest didn't have one anymore. And besides, the Equestria Girls movie is releasing on Netflix and TV, which isn't really an issue when it comes to releasing a movie to the big screen by watching it at home. Also, you could do so much by putting it into an hour and 10-minute movie. You could put more development on the characters. You can have a lot of scenes with the characters. And you could have done even more serious than in the specials. What I really liked in the movies is that it was taking itself seriously. In the specials, it kind of did, but it was kind of forced. The situations that Jimbo did was so bad, I cannot admire it. And the first special was so predictable, and it only exists because of what Pinkie Pie did at the end of Legend of Everfree. Ugh. Who's the reason why the 3 specials didn't impact more than the movies? For one thing, I can understand people want to see a TV show from Equestria Girls, but in my opinion, I don't think it's possible. Why? Because they were going to do a lot of cliches again and again and again with nothing new. And it'll probably be all about magic going haywire, going to place. I mean, seeing new locations is one thing, but the fact that it's just doing the exact same thing over and over again gets really old and really nothing new. Especially that Sunset Shimmer won't recognize the portal going haywire probably at the end of the series. And what I mean by series, I mean the amount of episodes that people want to see from Equestria Girls. I get that people want to see more from Sunset Shimmer and the others, but the fact that how predictable the specials are, I don't think we will ever going to see a TV show based off of Equestria Girls. Because of everything of what they're doing. And that's not even a good thing.